Howdy, fellow movie fans, and welcome back for another edition of the Wisco Movie Watchers podcast, brought to you by PTE Creative. As always, we're your hosts, Evan and Dylan Davies. Dylan, what are we doing today?
Doing another Complete the Grid.
Wonderful. Game show time.
Yes. So the way it works is it's a 3x3 grid. Top row is all going to be consistent for both me and Evan. And then the vertical axis is whatever you want it to be. So the top three for this first one is blockbusters, horror, and 80s action.
Alrighty. Do you want to go first, or would you like me to go first on this one?
Well, what do you prefer? 'Cause I don't care.
You know what? Let's flip a coin right here that I got. So, and we flip the coin. It's really the cover to a camera.
Heads.
So heads is the HD and tails is the little nubbin on the back here. So we should be telling you this. We are streaming live right now. So if you want to be a part of this, check out PT Creative on Twitch and go follow us on Twitch. You might see us live record these shows from time to time. And it was tails, and oddly enough, that means I won, so I'll go first. I'll have some fun with that one going first. But from now on, you guys can probably check us on Twitch for some live streaming recordings and be a part of the chat as it's happening. But then also, you can just be a part of the audio episode as it will. So we have blockbuster, horror, 80s action on the top, correct?
Yep.
All right, your categories on the other side. I went with a holiday theme, sort of.
Okay.
So at least every grid I have has one kind of holiday-ish thing in it. So the first one, snow is seen. So all you got to do is name a movie that has snow in it, technically.
Okay.
The second one, Rotten Tomato meter rate is rotten. So the tomato meter is a rotten score. So 59% or below.
Okay.
And then the third one, which I had a little fun with, is an athlete or a musician is a part of the cast.
Athlete or musician. Okay.
So that is where you have to start. And it is important to note before Dylan starts that to make sure this is possible, we also have to complete our own movie grids beforehand, so we're not giving impossible grids. So Dylan, take it away.
I'm gonna do blockbuster.
Okay.
I don't have it written down, so I'm just gonna try to imagine it in my mind. I don't have a pen next to me. Blockbuster with a musician or athlete. I'm gonna go with Battleship, starring Rihanna. Horror with a musician. Yeah, I'll go Kelly Rowland, who is in Freddy vs. Jason.
Oh my god, I forgot about that.
80s action with a musician or athlete.
There's some big ones that you can work with.
Is Jim Brown, is he in Running Man?
Ding 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 ding. That was my example answer.
That's what I thought.
He is one of the stalkers that one of your favorite parts of that movie is the stalkers, and he is Firestorm.
Okay, yeah, I was like,
or Fireball.
I'm pretty sure Jim Brown's in it. Okay, remind me of the other two.
So you have the top one is Snow is Seen, and the middle.
I'll do that one next.
And then the middle one is Rotten Tomato meter.
Blockbuster with snow. For some reason, actually, I'll do the. Oh wait, no, that works. Cliffhanger. Did that make over 100 mil?
Maybe.
Let me look.
Yes. So Blockbuster.
For some reason, that's the one that came to my mind.
Of all the ones that came to your mind, is interesting. Admittedly, Dylan had these grids ready before I did, so I scrambled to make this, so I at least got to put a little holiday flair into it. And thankfully, I love snow so much that I memorize what snow is in
Ooh,
movies.
Cliffhanger only made 84 million.
Ooh, tough.
I mean,
Tough.
technically speaking, it made over 100 million worldwide.
Then that counts.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's domestic gross, 84. Um, Horror with snow. I'll go. I'll go the newer movie Until Dawn. Is it based on the game?
Possibly. I would assume it is.
I mean, the video game definitely has snow in it.
So you're just like, it's got to be in there. It's got to be in there.
Let me make sure. I'll just look up a picture real quick.
Ooh.
Okay, yes, it does. We're at a cabin.
There you
Have
go.
you seen the gameplay of that?
No, I have not. I need to.
Pretty good, actually. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, cool.
Although it definitely falls into the uncanny valley a lot, where it's just like the people are just a little bit off.
Just a wee bit off there.
80s action with snow. Rambo First Blood. Does that have snow?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I can't remember. First Blood.
There are 2 films in my top 100 that qualify for this, at the very least. There might be even more, because I have so many 80s action films in.
Red Dawn.
Bingo!
Okay. I can't remember like what's set in the winter.
And that's the thing.
What's set in the mountains.
Yeah, Red Dawn that transitions through the winter, so it doesn't start with snow, but you get snow towards the end.
Okay, there is snow technically in First Blood.
Okay.
But it's very far off in the mountains from what I'm seeing.
Still there technically.
Yeah, mostly not in First Blood.
And my other example answer for that was going to be Conan the Barbarian, because of the opening in the snow. Because Conan's fucking rad.
Okay, Rotten Tomatoes.
Yes, so it has to have a rotten. It has to have a rotten rating for the tomato.
I'll go
meter.
80s action there.
Okay.
I'm just gonna guess because I need to look these up as I guess
Sure.
to make sure. Commando.
That was
With
the one
Arnold?
that I almost looked that one up for you. I thought that would be the one, if anyone would, in Arnold.
Let me
that,
look.
that would be the one that had a rotten score.
No, 68%.
Oh, it makes the cut. It makes the cut. I would tell you this. It's a stretch, but what helped me in guessing before I looked was thought of franchise films for this category. Or would-be franchises.
I'm gonna go with a movie that I can only assume is rotten. It's a movie called Twin Dragon Encounter.
What the fuck is that?
If you're familiar with Red Letter Media, they did an episode on it.
Okay.
And it's like these two twins that are martial artists, and they decided to make a movie, and it is awful. Let me make sure it's rotten.
I guarantee you that it's rotten if that was the description. What?
It's 60%.
So it just hits the fresh rating?
But to be fair, that's only the audience score, and it has less than 50 reviews.
But does it have a critic score?
No, it doesn't have one at all.
Okay, then it's people that enjoy that movie going out to have it. That's fine.
But let me tell you, it would probably be like a 10% if it's awful.
Nice.
Conan Destroyer? Is that rotten?
I guarantee you Conan the Destroyer is.
29%.
Yep, Conan the Destroyer is not shocking. That movie's terrible.
I've not seen that one.
So I can tell you this. I knew it was terrible, and I avoided it for a couple years because I love Conan the Barbarian, and eventually went, no, I'm just going to watch this thing. And let me tell you, it hurts the feelings. It hurts the feelings.
That makes sense. The other one that came to my mind was License to Kill, which I'd assume is also rotten.
Oh, I guarantee you License to Kill is rotten. My example answer for you was the Dolph Lundgren-led Masters of the Universe.
License to Kill has a 79%.
That's not possible. That
The
is
movie's
not
not good.
possible. That's fucked. This is why
Um,
people don't trust critics. This is why they don't trust them.
okay, Rotten Tomatoes with horror. Um, let's go.
You
What's a
might.
shitty? What's a really shitty horror movie that I've seen? Oh, Sleepaway Camp. Let's go with that.
But that should
Let me
be
make
100%.
let me make sure. I'm gonna assume it's somewhere in the 30s.
Yeah, but the audience score is going to be incredible.
Holy crap! Let me make sure this is okay. There's both audience and critics. There's only 28 critic reviews, but it's an 82%.
No way.
And the audience score, which does have over 10,000 ratings, is 61%.
Yeah, because it's people like us that love how ridiculous that movie is.
Yes.
It's not. They're not serious reviews.
That actually makes me really happy to see that it's
yes,
that high up.
That's a Christmas miracle right there. I might believe in Christmas again after that. That's awesome.
That movie is straight up awful in terms of the actual movie.
Yeah, but it's amazing. It's not about that.
Yeah.
Dylan, you changed our family's lore because of Sleepaway Camp. The entire younger part of our family talks about Sleepaway Camp constantly now because of you
Because
showing
it's
me
great.
that. Yeah, it's awesome. It's fun.
One that came to my mind was that Silent Hill.
That's got to be bad.
That's a video game, isn't it?
Yes,
Silent
it is.
Hill?
Yes.
Okay. I thought. Let me just make sure that it's Rotten Tomatoes scores bad. I'd assume it's really low.
Silent Hill, the movie, I know was panned pretty hard.
33%.
Whoa, all right.
I did not know that starred Sean Bean.
Well, you got to remember, Sean Bean, if he's not
He's
getting
in a lot
killed,
of garbage.
if he's not getting killed in a franchise, he's in a lot of crap.
Yeah. Okay, and I'm looking for Rotten Tomatoes
Blockbuster.
with a blockbuster. I want to think of something really shit. Oh, I'll go Transformers, Age of Extinction.
That I can guarantee you that's low.
Yeah, I want to just make sure how low it is. My guess would be somewhere in the. Oh, it was lower than I thought. I was going to say somewhere in the 20s. It's 18%, which 100% is fair. That movie is actual trash.
Well, you used to love those movies, man.
I like the first three.
So
Like the third one definitely jumps the shark
no,
quite a bit. But I stand by the first one is actually a good movie.
I thought we were going to match up perfectly because my example answer was Transformers: Dark of the Moon.
That has less than 60.
That's a 33%er right there, baby.
Wow, I would not have guessed that low. I would have guessed somewhere in the 50s.
Dylan, the movie's terrible.
It has parts that I like, but
I mean,
yeah,
it has a lot of fun.
agree
It
it's not
has a
good.
lot of fun action, but it's not a good movie.
No, I would agree with that. Okay, your turn.
All right.
Blockbuster horror 80s action.
Alrighty.
First one, a non-US film.
That's going to be tough.
So it could be anything as long as it's not US. So it could be Britain, like it could still be in English.
So it's set in that area, or it's made outside of the
Yep.
U.S. Okay.
Made outside US. The second one is a fantasy movie.
Easy.
And then the last one is the main character is female.
All right. Female lead. Okay. Let's go. I'm going to think about the non-US here for a second. Actually, no, I don't. I don't have to do that at all. Technically. I want to see if this technicality work. Can I immediately put one of the Lord of the Rings film as a non-US blockbuster because it's a New
100%.
Zealand-based team? All right, there we go. You know what? Let's have some fun here. We'll go Fellowship as my non-US blockbuster.
Even though I think the biggest part of that movie that's American is the cast.
Yeah, but
And that's about it.
you can't control the cast half the time.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So, non-US based horror film. This is tough. This is tough.
Actually, now that I think about it, it's probably not even that many American cast members.
Yeah, there
Probably
a lot of
mostly
it's a lot of English cast members.
yeah,
Like Vigo's in there as an American. The
Elijah Wood,
Elijah
Sean
Wood,
Astin,
Sean Astin. But then, yeah,
Liv
no,
Tyler.
yeah, but then you got all
But
the
everyone
like,
else is English.
yeah, an English actor pretty much. Non-US horror film is tough because there's so many random ones that I could think of that I thought might be and they're not. That's a tough one here. So I'm going to skip the horror, the non-US. I'm going to go to 80s action, and I will go to give me Mad Max 2, The Road Warrior.
Okay, that's good.
So that way I can have a little bit of. Thank God I know action movies enough for this shit. Also, Road Warrior, fun movie. It's crazy and fucked, but it's fun.
I watched it a couple months ago. Didn't enjoy it.
I mean, Mad Max. The peak is obviously Fury Road.
Yeah.
Fury Road is where you go, wow, as opposed to, that's fun. Or it's all about taste. Mad Max, outside of Fury Road, and Fury Road is still a heavy taste movie, but Mad Max in general as a franchise is, if it's your taste, you'll enjoy it. If it's not your taste, if it's not your cup of tea, if it's not your taste of ice cream, you're not gonna like Mad Max, and that's fine. Non-US horror film. This is, oh god. The worst part is I know the remakes of stuff that's like Japanese horror films, but I don't know the Japanese movie. I know, like The Grudge. I know that's a Japanese concept.
Yes.
And a lot of other movies are concepts.
I mean, if you know the names of the original.
That's the problem. I can't remember the names. I just know that the remakes of Japanese concept films or other things of that nature is Talk to Me an American film.
No.
Thank God for saying that constantly, Dylan. I'll go Talk to Me.
Also, it's Australian or New Zealand?
Yeah, all right.
Can't
So
remember.
that's going to be my horror non-US film. Fantasy, blockbuster. We'll go the greatest fantasy franchise of all time. We'll go back and I will take Return of the King there
Okay.
as my blockbuster. Has an argument as the greatest film of all time, technically speaking. All right, fantasy horror film. This could be slightly tougher. Slightly tougher based on what you consider. Would we consider the never-ending story in that simply because of how horrific that goddamn horse's death is?
Sure. I'll count it.
I didn't know if you'd count it. I wanted to
I
just...
mean, a lot of people do like mention that scene as like one of the most.
Do you want to know how? Do you want to know how traumatic that is? I've never seen that movie in my life. I've only seen like maybe 5-second clips of the horse dying, and I'm like, that's terrible.
I've seen it, and it's scarring. I don't like it.
Or you know what? Just because it's horrific production-wise, how about a nice little Black Cauldron? Could we consider that a horror fantasy film?
I would, yeah.
All right, you know what? Just for funsies, since I've seen it, we'll put Black Cauldron in there. And then a fantasy 80s action film. They weren't doing a whole heck of a lot of fantasy in the 80s. They were doing a lot of run and gun with Arnold and Sly and team. So I gotta play here a little bit with what is considered fantasy. That's tough. That's tough. That's tough. I'm going to go back to female lead first. 80s action and female lead is going to be such a bitch. So I'm going to have to play with that one.
There's one very obvious one.
Well, it's Terminator, but that's about it.
No, there's another second one that's very obvious.
Okay. Actually, I'm going to give you an 80s action female lead right away. That's terrible. I'm going to go Red Sonja.
Okay. That counts.
Red Sonja, really cool character. And a movie that is so reviled, people say it's worse than Conan the Destroyer. So that's tough.
I have not watched it. Never will watch it.
I have never watched it. I might watch it for funsies eventually down the road. Blockbuster female lead. Go ahead and give me good old Bridesmaids. And then let's go with, for female lead on horror. Thankfully, the horror genre is actually somewhat progressive, so we have a lot of good stuff there. I will go with one of your favorites and what we covered in October, and we'll go to Halloween. Thank God for Jamie Lee Curtis, man. Thank God for the Scream Queens. Then an 80s action fantasy film. Let's go, since I mentioned it already, Never Ending Story. Would we count that there?
Yeah, that's definitely.
So I'll go Never Ending Story. Never Ending Story. Oddly enough, because of Stranger Things, I sing that goddamn song all the time in my head. But
I like that song. It's good.
I've never watched that Never Ending Story. Ever.
You don't need to for the song. The 80s action female lead, I thought the obvious one would be Aliens.
Sigourney. Yeah. I even fought for Sigourney in our action bracket for the tournament, and I didn't even recognize that one. That's crazy. That's wild.
Did you want me to go first on the next one?
Sure. Let's go to our base model, because normally we start with this one. So we're going to go top axes, 80s, 90s, 2000s, and the side axes is going to be, for your holiday, a Christmas tree appears. Doesn't matter where, but a Christmas tree has to be in it. Your second one, it is set in a time period prior to the release of the film.
Okay.
And then the third one is, it is a non-Disney animated feature.
Okay.
All right, so we got that one. So take it away.
Christmas tree in the 80s. A Christmas Story.
Yep.
In the 80s.
Yep.
90s, I'll go Home Alone.
Yep.
2000s.
I went Home Alone 2, Lost in New York for that one.
You like that one more. I like the first one more.
I think the gags and the setup are better in 2. It's not a superior film, but I like the contraptions in 2 more than I do 1.
2000s Christmas tree. I'll go.
It's a very obvious one.
I want to guess something that's like kind of weird. I'll go Christmas with the Cranks. No, actually, I'll say a good film. I'll say The Family Stone.
Okay, The Family Stone. It's a good movie. I thought you'd immediately just go How the Grinch Stole Christmas, but okay.
Have you seen Family Stone?
No, I have not.
It's really good. I watched it for the first time last year, and I really, really liked it.
Interesting.
Okay, next one was what?
You have it has to be set in a time period prior to the release of the film.
I'll do that. Period piece. That's easy.
Yeah.
80s. I'll go The Elephant Man.
Okay.
90s. I'll go Sense and Sensibility.
Only you are going to put that one here.
And 2000s, I gotta say one of my favorites, Pride and Prejudice.
I knew somehow you were going to put Pride and Prejudice down there, dude.
If you say period piece, I'm going to mention it. And then non-Disney animated.
Mm-hmm.
Secret of Nim.
Wow.
That's okay. 80s, correct?
I believe so. Check it just in case. But I believe... Yeah, because they mentioned it in Stranger Things, I want to say. So I think it's...
Yeah, Secret of Nim, 82.
Alrighty.
90s, we'll go Ants. It came out in 99, I think.
Yeah, it was the counterplay to A Bug's Life.
98. And 2000s, I'll go Kung Fu Panda.
Kung Fu Panda, fair enough as it is. Half the fun is getting the example ones. So I had the original Transformers from 86 in there. I had a movie I've never watched but is burned in my memory because of the previews on the Wild Wild West VHS tape, and that is A Quest for Camelot. And then I had Shark Tale as the 2000s.
Oh, Shark Tale. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's an easy one
Okay.
for you. That's why we usually keep that one first.
80s, 90s, 2000s for me. One of these is going to be very hard
That's
for
fine.
you. Black and white.
It's black and white. Got it.
It, has to star someone from the cast of Ocean's 11. Because originally I had it down as has to star George Clooney, Brad Pitt, or Matt Damon.
And the
then I
80s
was like,
doesn't have that.
yeah, I was like, I can't think of a single movie they did in the 80s. Set in major U.S. city is the third.
Set in major USA. Okay. So, let's go here. 80s film set in a major U.S. city. I'm going to go The Untouchables, set in Chicago. And obviously, great movie. May have been a legacy winner as opposed to a true winner at the Oscars for good old Sean Connery there. But, you know, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
What are you going to do? Set in a major U.S. city for the 90s. Give me good old Men in Black. With New York.
Okay.
And 2000 set in a major U.S. city. I'm trying to think, is there one that I can do that is just kind of off the wall dumb? That's because I could have saved New York, and I might have to switch it just to get it well done here. Actually, I've got it. Set in a major U.S. city, 2000s, a movie that I like, but I don't think anyone else that I've ever spoken to ever likes it. Be Cool, starring John Travolta, set in Los Angeles. He's trying to get into the music business.
Yeah, I never watched that. No interest.
Yeah, I think I saw that in the theater. I did enjoy that movie. Alrighty, Ocean's cast. The 80s is going to be tough because Andy Garcia, I think it's 90 is Godfather Part 3. It's not 89. Because otherwise I would just knock that out right away.
Yeah, that's 1990.
So, 90s, I'm going to go... What's a movie that I like with those guys in the 90s?
If you need a hint, I will give you some of the cast of Ocean's 11 if you want.
I might have to do it simply because of memory of the cast, but let me think on it for a second. So the Ocean's cast in the 90s, let's go with... We'll stick with Damon, and we'll go with Good Will Hunting as our 90s one.
Okay.
And then our 2000s one... Where do we want to go here? Inglourious Bastards will be the 90s.
Okay.
Just makes the cut. And this is where the 80s. Who is in Oceans that would be in an 80s movie? Because I've got Clooney, Damon, Pitt. I can't think of anything they're in during that time. Well, no, I have an image of Clooney from the 80s in my head, but I don't have a production that he's in.
Yeah, real quick, I'll check his. I don't know.
All right, also in Ocean's 11. Don Cheadle, not going to happen. Andy Garcia, can I think of anything pre-Godfather 3? I cannot.
I think the biggest hint would be think female.
I was going to say, I think it's going to have to be Julia Roberts. And the question is, can I remember something that's 89? Is Mystic Pizza from the 80s?
90s.
Damn it! Okay.
Let me make 100% sure, but I'm fairly
Because
certain.
Pretty Woman is
Oh,
1990.
no, you're right. You're right.
God.
Mystic Pizza's 88.
Thank God, we'll take Mystic Pizza.
For some reason, I thought that was 90.
Because 90 is
other one-
Pretty Woman.
The other one is that I had down was Steel Magnolias.
Oh, yes, yes, of course, of course, of course. And then black and white. This is gonna fucking suck. The whole film has to be black and white?
I guess anything, any part of it.
Alright. For the 2000s, I'm gonna go Kill Bill for the black and white
Okay,
interstitials.
sure.
Okay. 90s, black and white.
There should be one really obvious one
I'm sure there should be, but I can't
that
remember.
I talk about a lot.
That you talk about a lot. Is it The Mummy?
No, one of my favorite movies of all time.
Oh boy, now it's gonna drive me crazy because it's Schindler's List. There we go.
Yes.
Thank you for that one. Black and white 80s. What the fuck am I supposed to do with this shit?
I will say it's very hard. The 80s,
Oh my god.
I had to rack my brain.
Black and white.
There is one movie that I
80s.
have down that you did just mention in the Grinch episode.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
I'll give you a hint if you can't think of it.
Give me a second. I'm just racking my brain here for. Is there a period piece that I've seen from the 80s that has a black and white segment? One in which would actually help me. Because Who Framed Roger Rabbit doesn't have anything in the 80s that is black and white, unfortunately. What else could I possibly guess in the 80s that. Fuck! Hint, give me the hint.
Okay, you mentioned it because of makeup.
Oh, is it The Elephant Man?
Yes.
Alright, I've never seen that movie, so that's another reason I wouldn't
Oh.
have got it, so.
Yes. You should watch it. It's great.
Alright. Eric Stoltz, right?
No, that's Mask.
Oh, it's Mask. My apologies.
Elephant Man is John Hurt.
Ah, gotcha. Gotcha.
Much better film than Mask.
Alrighty, and we'll take you to our third and final grid here. And the top, which will be changing after this one because I'm sick of thinking of Westerns. But we have.
I agree. The Western always was like, yeah.
It's Western's tough. So, our top axes Oscar winner, middle comedy, and final on the top is Western. And your side axes, someone gives a gift, is one of them.
Okay.
Punches are thrown,
Okay.
and Robert Redford appears.
Robert Redford appears. Western. Jeremiah Johnson.
Okay.
Which also has my favorite GIF of all time that I absolutely love. Have you seen the one where he just turns his head and he nods?
I think so, yeah.
I'll send it to you because I sent it a lot to Brandon. Robert Redford in a comedy. I'll go to Sting.
Yep, that's what I had to put down.
Robert Redford, Oscar winner, Butch Cassidy. Or, well, he doesn't appear. I was going to say Ordinary People, but he only directed that movie.
Right. Well, I also had All the President's Men down on that one.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
So you have someone gives a gift or punches are thrown.
Okay. Someone gives a gift. That one's going to be hard.
It's actually quite easy when you think about it.
Well, I can't think of a Western where someone gives a gift.
Yeah, that's a little. Yeah, you got to be a little liberal with the term gift, but it's possible. It's doable. Start easy and then work up to the Western.
Okay, Christmas with the Cranks for comedy.
You're double dipping. Oh wait, no, you didn't use it. Okay, Christmas.
Yeah.
Christmas
Oscar
with the
winner.
Cranks. Why is that movie in your head right now?
No, I have no idea. Honestly, no idea.
Have you ever even seen that movie?
No. I've seen parts of it, but like very, very little of it. So technically speaking, I could be wrong about someone not giving a gift.
It's safe. It's a Christmas movie.
I was gonna say I'm fairly certain it's gotta be Oscar winner. Someone gives a gift.
I went pretty liberal on this one.
I'm gonna say something, but I have to make sure that it won an Oscar.
Okay.
Miracle on 34th Street, the original.
All right.
Let me make sure of that because I know it was nominated, but I don't know if it actually won anything.
When is the original from?
It is from 47, I think.
Gotcha.
I mean, let me make sure.
It's a Christmas miracle.
Let's see. Okay. Because it was nominated for Best Picture. That's all I know. Okay, yes, it won Best Supporting Actor.
There you go. Miracle on 34th Street works for you then, buddy.
Okay. Actually it won a screenplay award as well.
Hmm.
Okay.
Impressive.
You know what won Best Song that year? Zippity Doodah from Song of the South.
Oh, God. It's a catchy song. Terrible movie, but
It is.
I've never actually. I can't technically say that, I guess, because I've never watched it. But it's terrible from all the implications that are made in it.
Yeah. Western where someone gives a gift.
You gotta get a little liberal with it.
Does anyone give a gift in Blazing Saddles? Does anyone give a gift in The Searchers? Does anyone give a gift in True Grit?
Your first one could work.
What gift is given in Blazing Saddles?
So you have the exploding telegram. You have also the badge.
That's what I was thinking of, is like a badge or like
Yeah.
some kind of like sigil of some sort.
Yeah.
I'll go Blazing Saddles then.
All right,
It
Blazing
was.
Saddles.
What was the third category?
Punches are thrown.
Okay. Western punches are thrown, The Searchers.
Okay.
Punches are thrown, Oscar winner. I'll go Raging Bull.
Okay.
And comedy punches are thrown. I'll go Anchorman.
There you go. The worst is I can think of some of this for other stuff, but I can't think of it otherwise. But my someone gives a gift, an Oscar winner, was Return of the King. Because he's gifted under the
Makes
Flame of
sense.
the West sword.
You could also say Fellowship
Yeah,
as well.
exactly. Where I was like, oh, all the Galadriel gifts, all the stuff Bilbo does for Frodo, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But ironically, my punches are thrown comedy was Sweet Home Alabama.
I don't remember any fights in there, but
She punches Reese Witherspoon punches one lady, and that's about it in that film.
Okay.
But I always found
okay,
that funny.
mine. Oscar winner, comedy, Western.
Okay.
First category. Somewhat a major character is bald.
Bald major character. God.
Second category. A major character is bearded.
Bearded character. Got it.
And originally I was gonna do ginger character, but I really couldn't think of that many westerns. I could only think of two.
It's a little tough.
So I said Kevin Costner film.
Kevin Costner. Alrighty. That at least is something. So. Oh, God. Bald is tough, too.
I think the easiest way would be just think of bald actors
Oh, I know.
and then
It's-
go that backwards.
Okay. This is. I'm going to be honest. This does suck. 'Cause- and I'm just looking at the Western going, like, I don't have anything for these guys. Bearded character of the West, I'm going to go The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly.
Yeah,
Thank God for Clint Eastwood having some scruff.
I think one of them has a mustache, but two of the good, bad, and ugly do have beards.
Right. Yeah, it's
Eli Wallach also.
yeah, but
has
it's
one.
Cleef Van Vliet has the
Yes,
the
yes,
big old mustache. Bearded character. trying to think here in a comedy. 'Cause I have certain things in my head and I can't even remember them now. That's the worst part for it. So I'm going to skip it for now. Bearded character and an Oscar winner. Fuck. God damn. Because now I'm looking at other characters thinking, what am I going to do? I'm going to skip this for now. Kevin Costner, Oscar winner, Dances with Wolves.
Yes. Technically, I looked through it. There's only 3 options there. There's Dances with Wolves.
Untouchables.
Untouchables only gets in because Sean Connery wins.
Yeah.
And then the last one is JFK.
Okay.
I think the only thing that one was film editing. So.
And then the worst part is I need to think of another Western he's in, and I can't remember names. I know that's where he exists half the time. That's the worst part. Is like I know he just exists in the West. Actually, that's what's that? Horizons, an American Story, or whatever. Yeah.
I was gonna say, think of very recent.
Talk about an actor who just I don't know what's going on with him half the time.
I would agree.
He rises and falls, and everyone's excited when he picks a new project. And he's super talented, and he's super likable. I like Kevin Costner a lot when I watch him. But I'm thinking, like, remember the era when he was doing, like, Swing Vote and shit like that? And he couldn't buy a good project?
Well, you just mentioned one that could work for comedy.
Well, Swing Vote will take it.
That movie sucks.
I've never seen it. But I just know it exists because the other thing I was thinking of is, do we want to call Waterworld a comedy for the failure that it is?
Yeah, the ones I had down were Bull Durham, Tin Cup, and then that Jennifer Aniston movie. Rumor has it
I've never even heard of that movie. So.
I think he's Jennifer Aniston's love interest in it. Which is just like weird because there's a huge gap there, but
yeah, it's interesting to say the least. Okay,
actually, now that I think about it, maybe it's not that big of a gap.
It's not huge. It's not like some of these other gaps where you're like, come the fuck on. But
yeah.
Alrighty, I gotta think of a bearded character for both an Oscar and a comedy. I'm trying to go away from stuff I've used already. That's another problem, is I'm trying to stay away from stuff I've used. Bald major character. Why the fuck can't I think of anything bald?
You want some bald actors? I wrote some down.
So I've got Bruce Willis is my obvious choice.
I wrote down Vin Diesel, Bruce Willis, Jason Statham, The Rock, Patrick Stewart,
Yep.
Ben Kingsley, Stanley Tucci, Ving Rhames, J.K. Simmons.
Oscar winner. Gandhi won an Oscar, right?
Yeah, Best Picture, 82.
All right, we'll take Gandhi as our bald major character, and then we need a bald comedian, and let's go. Oh my God! What the fuck was just in my head that just escaped? You know what? Let's go real bad here. Let's go 2015's Baywatch from The Rock.
Okay.
Universally reviled film.
Yes. I think it's merited, probably.
And then a Western with a bald motherfucker. God damn. Wait. Hold on. Is there someone that has the classic Ring Around the Rosie? Back to the Future 3.
Back to the Future 3. Let's see.
Does the bartender have that?
Let me look up Back to the Future.
No, the bartender doesn't. But fuck. No, Strickland has hair in that. Strickland's ancestor doesn't have the bald head. He has the long ass hair. Otherwise, I could go with Strickland's ancestor, but he doesn't have it either. That was a shoo-in. There's an obvious one. Bearded character. Why can I not think of other people with a fucking beard? Jesus Christ. This is fucking ridiculous.
What are you looking for? Bearded and what?
I need bearded Oscar and comedy. I have an Oscar. I'm just trying to go away from it. Comedy, I'm blanking just because I'm an idiot right now. And then I need a Western with a bald motherfucker. That's what I need. That's the tough part. And that's where I'm like, oh, goddamn. Goddamn.
Ooh, sorry.
All right. I'm going to put in a placeholder right now on my Oscar winner for bearded character. And I shall go with Two Towers. Thank God for Gandalf and Saruman. Alright. And Faramir and Aragorn and Gimli. Yeah, half the Fellowship has a fucking beard half the time. Alrighty. Yeah. Comedy with a bearded character. Is there someone with a beard in one of the comedies that I have watched a lot of? Great fucking question. Great question. Also, is there really stupid bad comedy that I can think of for funsies? There's so many. I know there's so many, and I'm just blanking. I'm blanking. I'm fucking panicking under the pressure. It's like panicking at the beginning of my Nuzlocke run that we're doing for our streaming. Bearded character for comedy. Let me go with Superbad. Seth Rogen has a beard.
That's the actor I was going to suggest.
Yeah, Seth Rogen, yeah. Alright. Bald motherfucker in a Western. I'm gonna be honest here. I don't have shit for this.
So the ones that I thought of...
Is Yul Brynner in a fucking Western?
I used Sam Jackson.
I also thought of that one.
Yul Brynner is in a very, very famous Western.
But hold on. Is Sam Jackson bald in Django?
I'm pretty sure. That's what I wrote down.
Alright,
we'll go Django. I'm certain he is.
Oh yeah, it's the Ring Around Rosie.
Because he's, the, like, house master.
Oh yeah, he's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
He's a real piece of shit in that movie.
Let's see.
Alright, that is the... God, I fucking hate that category.
Yes, he does have, like, the classic George Costanza. Bald on top.
That's who I want in a Western. I want Jason Alexander in a Western.
Yul Brynner, Magnificent Seven.
Thank you. Boy, crazy. Alrighty.
What do we want to switch that Western to for next time?
Well, here's the thing. I think we switch everything except 80s, 90s, and 2000s. I think we switch everything. Now let's ponder that thought here. Because I want to talk a little bit of news. And then we'll come back and we'll let some ideas marinate, if you will. How are you feeling about this Warner Brothers sale that's pending right now?
I don't want it to happen to Netflix, that's for sure.
Is there a better candidate for it, though?
Anyone but Netflix, honestly.
Well, here's my issue. Paramount Skydance is run by David Ellison, who's out of his fucking mind, and has already been super censorship guy. Anything that isn't conservative friendly, he hates. I
just don't like Netflix in general.
I don't like Netflix either. The only issue is Netflix, I will say, at least has a even track record where they just make shit. Granted, I don't think their original productions are all that good anymore outside of Stranger Things.
Yeah, I'm more worried about like a lot of like HBO is owned by Warner Brothers. It's like stuff like that. And I mean, technically speaking, I don't give a shit about like most of the properties that Warner Brothers owns because like I said about the Harry Potter TV show, I straight up don't care. I don't want to watch it because I love the movies so much.
Fair. Well, I just wanted to go through it quick because you have one, I don't know, like there's been 3 deals in the last like 6 years where you're like, how is that not a monopoly? How is that not a monopoly purchase?
Well, eventually there's going to be like 5 things and everything's going to be owned by it.
Correct. And
just like cable cable.
Yeah.
Like everything's owned by ABC, NBC, CBS. and Fox.
Right. It's just one of those. It's shameful that it's at this state, but my concerns are I would be fine. I don't want Warner Brothers to sell, first of all. And that's the thing that
Me
is
too.
terrible. I want Warner Brothers to just exist on its own. Warner Brothers used to have a good television presence and then slowly but surely eroded its television productions to the point where they weren't viable. Because there used to be like WGN and they had, which is world's greatest newspaper, but it was also a Warner like backed channel essentially, where there was Warner Brothers television stations. And now those have all gone away. And then the CW is kind of like an unofficial Warner Brothers place because they had
Yeah.
so many productions there. And I don't really care about Warner Brothers television. I don't give a fuck. I think is Warner Brothers television? Do they technically have part of Ted Lasso? I can't remember. Because I know it's Apple, but they
Yeah.
always what's hilarious for streaming services that people don't think of it enough is that television production studios actually make it and then they sell it to a streamer. Very rarely does a streamer go, "We are building this from the ground up."
Yeah.
They will farm it out even if they have the idea, and then it's a co-ownership kind of situation with the studio producing it. Because I want to say I feel Ted Lasso might even be Warner Brothers Television and Apple. But the biggest thing is I would have no issue if the movie studio was its own thing, HBO was its own thing, and then the television production do something with it. I don't fucking care. Or if they bought some of the Warner back catalog, I'd be like, fine. Because it also is shameful because I think the best streaming service by far is HBO Max. It's not even a question for me that it's the best streaming
I
service.
100% agree. My biggest thing as a Blu-ray collector, I hate Netflix.
Yeah.
Netflix very, very rarely releases anything on physical media.
Right.
And as someone who that's mostly what I collect, I hate it. Especially because like there's one of the long running Blu-ray like boutiques, I guess you would call it, is the Warner Archive collection.
Mm-hmm.
And they release a lot of like classic, stuff from 1930s to the 1970s. And that's the only way you're going to get those is if they keep releasing them on the Warner Archive. If Netflix buys them, I don't feel like they're going to continue to put out physical media.
Sure.
So that's one of the things I really hate about it. So
I mean, that's terrible. Do you think Netflix uses HBO or do they just phase it out completely all into just Netflix?
I think that they'll just slowly phase it out. But I could be wrong. I don't know.
I mean, I don't like the Netflix CEO. The only reason I prefer Netflix to the Paramount Skydance is Netflix is not. I do not have concerns at the moment with Netflix censorship. Netflix does some pretty wild shit from time to time, and I don't have an issue with that. And they have programming that leans very left and leans very right, and I don't really give a shit. I watch what I watch and I don't care. My issue with Paramount buying it is Paramount has already shown they cannot be trusted whatsoever with censorship. And then I want to give Paramount, which is already a problematic studio with that, now the ability to censor some of the biggest properties on the planet and have which, all due respect to any other studio, I don't think any studio has the back catalog better than Warner Brothers does. I mean, granted, that's up for interpretation and taste, but that's just me. I think the Warner Archive is so good and so important, as you said, and I'm not even coming from a Blu-ray perspective. I'm just coming from a movie quality perspective.
Mm-hmm.
Warner's is an institution when it comes to
one of the things I also hate about Paramount. I think Paramount Plus is the worst streaming.
Terrible user interface.
Oh, it's the worst. I straight up don't understand So every streaming service can have perfect functionality in terms of when you're scrolling through things, it doesn't like pause at all. Every time I look through Paramount Plus, there's like a second gap in between me clicking something and it actually doing it.
Hmm.
It's awful. Like the functionality of it is
Well,
just
the
terrible.
functionality of it, the user interface sucks. It's hard to find shit on Paramount.
Okay, half the time I'll look up movies on Google and then it'll list the stuff that
Yeah.
it's on, the streaming service that it's on. Whenever I look up something and it says Paramount Plus, there's like a 50% chance it's not on. And I'll search it. And I'm like, okay, apparently this isn't on here. What the fuck is going on?
Well, you need the Showtime extension, or you need this extension, and you need that extension, and
Even even when it's just on Showtime, it'll still show it. It'll just show it as locked.
yeah.
I'm talking, I'll search it and it's just straight up not there. Like I'm just like,
No, I should be very clear. I haven't used Paramount Plus for months prior to Colbert being canceled.
oh, I use it quite often for Champions League
Soccer.
and Europa League soccer. Yeah.
Right. And that's the problem. They still I would have had Paramount Plus far more active if you could actually watch football on it. But you have to pay for all these extensions to do it. I'm like, I know, I'm just gonna watch it for free over the antenna then. Fuck it.
What channel do Paramount own? CBS?
Yeah. Paramount is Viacom, and Viacom owns CBS.
Yeah.
Which also, CBS television is garbage.
I would agree. That's definitely the worst channel.
They're all broadcast television is not good, but CBS is a particular brand of bad.
But the one I can get behind sort of is NBC.
NBC at least takes some chances, at least takes some risks every once in a blue moon. I mean, they're rolling through shit constantly and constantly failing, but you got to give them credit for that. I mean, ABC doesn't exist anymore, really, except two shows. And I don't know. I just wanted to get your opinion on it and your take on it because this is. People don't realize how much of their life is changed by media companies buying media companies. They don't get it.
Yeah. The biggest reason I'm against it is just like everything I've heard from famous directors. A lot of them are speaking out about how it's terrible.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, okay, I'll trust their word over an executive any day.
Oh, absolutely. Well, I
So,
know. I didn't even know Christopher Nolan was like the head of the Directors Guild right now, and
I didn't know that either.
he came out strong. But I mean, I expect that from Christopher Nolan.
Well, he's all about theatrical release.
Oh, absolutely. But a lot of
So,
directors, he unified a lot of people, and it was like we gotta push that we're not gonna do this. We're not gonna play these games. And I mean, and you look at someone like Greta Gerwig, who's already she had to fight to get 2 weeks of theatrical release for Narnia this year because it's a Netflix thing, and she's like, this has to be a theatrical release.
if I were a director with any like kind of bargaining in my contract,
Yeah.
I wouldn't sign a contract with Netflix unless I had a guarantee of at least a month.
Of a
If
theatrical
it,
run.
if it's something big like Narnia is,
Right. I mean, that's the thing is, I of all people, because we've shit on him a lot on this show, I saw a clip from James Cameron where I was like, fucking James Cameron's even talking sense right now. Because usually he's only just sniffing his own farts. But he's just like, I fucking hate Netflix. And the Oscars are a joke when Netflix gets to be a part of it because they get to be in a couple theaters to barely make the rulings, and then they get to do it.
yes.
He's like, I'm in 5 figures of theater screens across the world with my movies.
That's part of the problem with the Academy rules is you only have to show in theaters in LA and New York, and that's it.
Which is bullshit.
Which, I mean, if you're going to go away from theatrical releases, fine. But you should probably update your rules with how much the industry is evolving. I mean, I'm fine with Netflix being considered for Oscars and stuff like that, but I do think it's a little weird that you only have to show in two cities.
Well, it's only 2 cities and it's barely any screens too.
True, and you don't. I think technically speaking, you don't even have to have it show them more than a couple times.
Exactly. And
I think it should be like you have to show in. I would say at least 10 major U.S. cities. That would be fair.
I make it at the
Chicago,
very. I
Atlanta,
was gonna say you got to go Chicago, Atlanta, Dallas, Houston, and then
Seattle, maybe.
San Francisco, Seattle, Minneapolis.
Yeah.
I'm literally picking off the map Boston, where
Yeah, just random. Yeah.
where I'm trying to cover Miami, Orlando, Tampa.
And I think
I
it
don't
should
care.
be at like minimum 2 weeks at least.
Well, I think it has to. That's the thing is the 2 week run in these limited markets. It's like they can show one show for 2 weeks. They barely lose any money if they do it, and they're gonna have packed houses because it's critics all trying to just get in, and the super nerds that want to try to get these early release things, and that's it. And that's bullshit.
Yeah, and that's coming from someone I don't even like theaters. Like, not because of anything they do. I just like audience. I can't stand them, and I have uh, autistic traits that make it difficult to enjoy a movie with tons of people around.
Correct.
So,
Which, by the way, I got to talk to you about that because I have an idea for you for present, but that's a different story, and that won't involve a movie theater at the very least. But yeah, it's something in which everything is impacted by a media deal, and which is why it's important to talk about these things with people because they don't get it. They think, oh, well, I watch what I watch, and what does it matter? I'm like, think about how. I just look at the impact that even when Disney acquired Fox, how Hulu was a major player in streaming and was a great guardian of content. Because there's this place for these little productions to go, and it was a great place for television to exist, and it was cheap, and it allowed college students with no money, adults barely having their first job. It was a generally pretty easy streaming service to learn, so older people started liking Hulu. And then Disney just blew it up because they're like, well, we have Disney Plus. Who fucking cares?
now that I think of it, they probably will keep HBO Max as a separate streaming service.
Sure.
It'll just be considered a bundle.
Yeah, which is bullshit.
So it sounds like you're getting more than you really are.
Yeah, and every year they're going to chip away at what is there. Because the other thing is this. People forget. There's Warner Brothers Discovery, which probably shouldn't have been able to merge anyways, and they merged. Because people don't realize how big Discovery is as a television production conglomerate.
Yeah.
And then you have already what shouldn't have been used as a merger monopoly-wise going into a Netflix or a Paramount, which is worse monopoly-wise than I think even Netflix. Because say what you will, Netflix is literally a streaming service. It's a giant. It's an international giant. I'm not trying to dispute it, but it'd be very different than the one A, B, or C studio buying another one A or B or C studio with a giant streaming and television production buying another one that's exactly like it.
I think the only thing that would be worse is if Amazon got it, just because at least Netflix is like a media company solely,
Yes.
whereas Amazon is like just gobbling up everything they can.
The other thing is Netflix is far too much startup for me, but the one thing I'll give Netflix is I don't think they do a great job of it all the time, but I do think Netflix actually does try to make content people like. They don't always do a great job because they look at algorithms and things like that. But I do believe when I watch Stranger Things, I believe they are trying to make a production that people like. I don't see it as a, well, they liked this before, so put more of this in because they reacted at that part of the clip on YouTube and that part of the clip when we released it online. They clearly like this character, so put that character in more. I don't get that feeling from them.
Yeah.
But there are other productions with rom-coms and shit like that. I'm like, that's just roll it out quick bullshit content.
Yeah, I mean, technically speaking, does it matter to me that much? No. But I'm sure in the long run it will affect everyone.
It'll affect everyone very negatively, and that's a problem. But that's there. All right, let's go to our categories again. How are we going to replace these guys? I think 80s, 90s, 2000s stays.
I think we should keep Blockbuster as one at least, too.
Let's do Blockbuster. How about a period piece as a top axis?
Fine with me.
Alrighty, and then let's go with...
How about a wild card for one episode could be based on a book?
Sure. I like that, based on a book.
And...
Alright, so we got one grid.
Yeah, I love the Oscar winner one, but...
I think, here's the thing, Oscar winner is big enough. That is not a problem. Let's keep Oscar winner. And I think I'm actually the one who threw that out originally, so that was nice to have as an olive branch for you. Let's go...
Let's do sports.
That's tough. Okay, I can do that.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to figure out the vertical axes for that one.
But I think that's the challenge. That's the fun part of it all.
Yeah, just one episode.
And then let's go with Oscar winner, sports, and trying to think of what works with it. How about a pre-1980?
You could say pre anything and I'm fine with it.
All right, let's go pre-1980. Okay. I think this is worthwhile. So we're going to keep 80s, 90s, and 2000s for our next movie grid. But we're also going to do Blockbuster with period piece and based on a book.
Okay.
And the third grid will be Oscar winner, but now the new ones with it will be sports movies and pre-1980.
Yep.
And that's going to be some fun. But that is going to do it for this episode of the show. Thank you guys so much for watching and listening wherever you are. And thank you our streaming friends on the chat. We appreciate you doing that. We know it wasn't super active in the chat with this one, but didn't want to give away answers if someone was on the chat doing that. So that's why we're doing that way. But you can play along in any format you want. We hope you do, and you hopefully get some good answers with it as well. Peace, love, and hugs to you all. Go watch a great movie.
Bye.
Goodbye.